Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Live here tonight on a Wednesday night. A different schedule this week for Georgetown baseball in the off week of district play, and then with Good Friday and with Easter weekend coming up, it's baseball Tuesday night, baseball Thursday night, baseball Saturday. And so the Coaches Show falls in tonight, and a special guest as we get to visit with Coach Chad Payne tonight instead of Coach Vieira. We gave him the exit and asked him not to come tonight so we could talk to Coach Chad Payne because he loves joining us here at the Coaches Show. I think this is the second time in 4 years that I've gotten him to come, and it's only because Jordan couldn't be here and was given another assignment. And so blessed to have an opportunity to visit with Coach Chad Payne. It's always fun to talk baseball with someone like Coach Payne and all of his knowledge and experience in high school baseball. And but a rough night last night. What a game. You went on the road at Dripping Springs. A barn burner. Ended up, I tell you what, this team continued to fight a 1-0 lead, then went down 2-1, came back in the 7th and tied it up 2-2. And then in the bottom of the 8th, you give credit to Gavin Cole, the catcher for the Dripping Springs Tigers, as he did what I think a lot of people would say they like to do, is have that walk-off shot. And he hit a beautiful shot last night to end it 3-2, a tough loss in 8 innings. And then but against a very good 6A team. It was a good showing for Georgetown and a good battle facing a UT commit in Cooper Rummel there in the first 4 innings. And Georgetown battled against Cooper Rummel and did a great job putting up 1 run right in the top of the inning. It started off with some great momentum in the first at-bat and a 10-pitch walk by Connor Young. And Eagles got it rolling, and what a good ball game as that one went. And some controversy or questionable calls maybe, or an interesting discussion to have with Coach Payne and about what happened in the game last night there at Dripping Springs. But tomorrow night we'll be back home at Eagle Field to take on the Cedar Ridge Raiders at 7 o'clock. And so come join us there tomorrow. I believe I heard was a blackout tomorrow night. All black. Is that right? For the team. And so come early, be loud, and wear black tomorrow night. It'll be a blackout there against the Cedar Ridge Raiders as they come in to take on your Eagles. And then we get a day off on Good Friday. And then Saturday at 1 p.m.-ish, it'll be at Lake Travis. And I believe there's 2 games at Lake Travis that day. I believe freshman or JV play before us, and then the varsity plays right after at 1 o'clock. And so at Lake Travis on Saturday, go across to Lake Travis. Should be another good baseball game against another good 6A team in the off week. But a lot of things occurred in District 23 last night. Georgetown stays in a tie for first place in the district now with Eastview drawing a loss at home to Elgin last night 2-0. And so a costly loss there. And something we talked about with Coach Vieira last week of Eastview has a tough run through the last 2 weeks with Elgin and Hendrickson, 2 playoff teams. And that proved costly last night. A 2-0 loss at home for Eastview mixes up those standings even more as Elgin is just playing well and Hendrickson won as well. And so the playoff picture still not clear because Weiss wins again, and they are in a good position as well to try to fight for the 4th position in District 23. But your Eagles on a tough loss last night, 3-2 in 8 innings, and then they get ready for tomorrow night back home at Eagle Field. Come join us there. If you can't be in the stands tomorrow, 6:45, we'll have the pregame 7 o'clock first pitch for that ball game against the Cedar Ridge Raiders. JV had a good win last night, 2-1 over Dripping Springs. The freshman fell to Dripping Springs, but then the JV battled it out with the Tigers and won it 2-1 last night at home at Eagle Field. And so some good competition there out of a 6A school like Dripping Springs. And so the tough week continues as we will take on 2 more 6A teams this week in Cedar Ridge and Lake Travis, and then go back to district to end it next week. It'll be Pflugerville at home on Tuesday and Pflugerville on the road on Friday to end the regular season before the Saturday game against Midway at home on the 26th. But Georgetown continues to battle. The boys performed so well last night. What a good baseball game. And so we'll take a quick break. Now that I see he's done eating, we'll get Coach Chad Payne up here to join us after this quick timeout. Thanks for being here with us. Thanks to Camp Briteside for all their support for bringing you Eagle Nation Coaches Show each and every week. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with Coach Chad Payne here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
It's silent on the floor, King's Walk. We gon' drag your body through the door in shock. How I got him asking for a tour, man, stop. I'ma need a second, maybe.
Back live here at Camp Briteside, and we are joined now by pitching coach Chad Payne. Make sure I adjust the volume. Coach, thanks for joining us tonight. I know this is your second favorite thing to do after coaching baseball is to hang out with us here at the Coaches Show and be put on spot.
Yeah.
But for the second time in 4 years now, we get you to join us. Last night, a good ball game, a back and forth with Georgetown and Dripping Springs there, but a tough way to end it and to get that walk-off home run by Gavin Hull, the catcher for Dripping Springs. But how big is it to battle with a good team like Dripping Springs, especially at this point of the season when you have 1 week of district left and you're really preparing for the playoffs and seeing that kind of pitching out of a good 6A opponent?
Yeah. No doubt, it was a good competitive game last night, and in our opinion, and what the coaches told us afterwards, their coaches actually said, "Guys, your kids deserve to win. Your kids actually outplayed our kids," and I felt the same way. I thought we were competitive from the first pitch all the way through. That's obviously one of the better teams in the state, and for us to be able to play with them and outplay them, gives us a pretty good positive experience. Some positive vibes. Coming out off that game. I like this is very unusual having the schedule the way we have right now, going Round Rock and then Dripping Springs, Cedar Ridge, Lake Travis. But it also kind of prepares us for the playoffs. So that's sort of something we talked about last week, how we're going to look at these 4 games is to, in a sense, prepare us for the playoffs. We're going to see better pitching right now, better than what we're seeing in our district, even though our district has been quality pitching, against us. This just gives us a little, maybe a little step up, in competition, which is what we need for the playoffs. So it was a good game. It was a great game. We were not disappointed at all in our effort. Played really well.
You talk about a timely break in the year to have the bye week in district this late in the season. It could go one of 2 ways. You're playing 4 6A teams that are all 4 playoff teams on the verge of being in the playoffs and guaranteeing their spots. It could be something that would be detrimental. That could be you face adversity and it gets the team down. But, man, 2 games so far, a 4-3 win over Round Rock on Saturday and then a battle last night into 8 innings against Georgetown. I thought one thing that stuck out to me was you're facing a D1 commit in Cooper Rummel that's being scouted as well. I talked to his dad before the game, and he had a better year in his junior year, but a young man that throws 93, 94 miles an hour. And when he's on, he's on. But we battled well. And I thought that was so fun to watch this team where you could shy away against someone that's just that much throws harder than you've seen most of the year. And he's a big player up on that mound, 6'4", 210, 220, and to see him coming downhill. But I thought we battled well against that, and how quick that has turned this from could be a trying week and trying to stay positive through some defeats into some good battles.
No doubt. A lot of people say he's the best pitcher in the state. Has the most promise. Team USA kid. He's good, no doubt. The first time I'd seen him, I'd heard about him. I heard a little bit about their center fielder. That's the first time I've seen their center fielder up close. That he was impressive. He's probably the most impressive high school looking kid I've seen. And to be able to do what he does, throw and run and hit the way he does, that was quality pitching. Probably definitely one of the best, 3, 4, 5 arms in the state. And we go out there. I think Connor Young started off really well with a real competitive at bat to begin with, and then draw a walk. And we just kind of built off of that. I don't think the kid was, as good as he wanted to be. I thought he was a little bit inconsistent. His off speed was definitely inconsistent, but we were seeing it well. So we did a good job of spitting on his off speed and waiting for the fastball, and we weren't trying to do too much with it either. David kind of set the tone for that, taking the fastball the other way, and then we kind of carried with that for the rest of the game until really Cooper's ball. Cooper kind of turned on that ball. That was pretty nice. But we were doing a good job of just putting the ball in play and having competitive at-bats. So it's kind of nice. Sometimes it doesn't happen. You talk about it, you work on it, and it carries over the game, and sometimes it doesn't happen. Last night it did happen. A lot of things we've been talking about lately, we had a real good approach.
Things got shaken up in the lineup Saturday and yesterday, and it seems like some different activity going in that lineup. How big is it against someone like Rummel on the mound? For that one quality at bat to start the ball game, top of the first, a 10-pitch at bat, you draw the walk, to then create that mindset for this team to be confident in attacking a pitcher like Rummel that you haven't seen that is a good pitcher to face, but yet sets that tone, and then the base hit with 2 outs by Fluid to score the run. How big is that to keep the mindset and get these players confident in themselves to know they can play with pretty much anybody?
Well, I wish we had that magic 8-ball and knew exactly what to do all the time. We tried, a different lineup on Saturday. It seemed to work. Not that we were going to change things up and stick with it, but we tried something a little bit different. We liked what happened on Saturday, so we thought we'd carry it over to last night. I'm not sure if Connor was really, the best leadoff guy. I'm not sure if we have a guy on the team who is a great leadoff guy, but when it came to battling and showing a lot of pitches, fighting off a lot of pitches, he was exactly what we needed last night, no doubt about it. We are kind of speedy at the bottom of the order, and you like for maybe Jack and Holly and that type of speed to be more at the top. But, we've had 2 good games with that lineup. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow yet. We hadn't really talked about it, but so far it's been fairly productive. You're right in terms of, it kind of carries over to the next at-bat. And maybe we have the tone setters that we need for this team and for this lineup set right now. If it keeps working, then we might stay with it.
I think it's fair to say the elephant in the room is the 6th inning call last night. Interesting situation came out to play with 1 out. Fluid gets on. He's at first base, and then Cooper hits the shot left center field, and then the collision at first base. What could be said to explain that? It looked like from the fan view, you have obstruction, then you have the collision with Cooper and the first baseman still, but they let it play out, and then it comes out where the umpire calls it, or the field umpire there calls it interference on Cooper, throws him out of the ball game. It is now an out, and then the run gets taken off the board, Fluid back to third. The obstruction seemed to get overlooked in that whole thing where Steele stood on the base like he was going to have a play when the ball's in deep left center field. What got called there? How do you explain that and kind of walk through what happened last night?
Okay, we'll kind of give the parents and some of the fans an idea of what we're talking about with the kids. Last night after the game, what we talked about with them was last thing we wanted them to do was leave the field and point fingers somewhere else. in the fourth inning, we left runners in scoring position. In the fifth inning, we left runners in scoring position. We had some strikeouts, we had some missed signs, and we had our opportunities in the fourth and fifth inning to score some runs. So what we told the kids when we left the field was we're not going to point this finger somewhere else. We're going to point at ourselves. We had our opportunities. We didn't take advantage of them when we should have, and if we had, it wouldn't have even been close, and that play wouldn't have even mattered. All right, explaining the play, because we've seen it on the film also, and I'll tell you what the umpires, how they called it. For some reason, it's a stupid play on the first baseman's part. When the ball was hit, I don't know why. Usually our first baseman will step on the inside, and we'll watch the base runner cross the bag, and we'll make sure he touches the bag. That's how you're taught, to do if you're a first baseman. I don't know if that's their true first baseman over there, to be honest. For some reason, when the ball was hit, he started backing up and actually planted himself right on top of the bag. Now, Cooper's watching the ball, and he comes around, then he sees him within 2 or 3 steps. He sees him on the bag. This is a lesson for all of us because it's something we haven't really talked about. And because we haven't talked about it, it's natural, for what happened. Cooper sees him. He's got his back turned to him. Cooper plows right through him. No doubt about it. Probably every one of our kids would have done that. Will they do it now? No, they won't. Because now they understand what the rule is. If a guy's got his back turned to you, it doesn't matter if he's standing on the bag or not, you have to try to touch the bag and try to avoid contact. Now, that's where, we got the call. And I'm not saying it's a bad call because actually it was a right call. When you look at it on the video, it was a right call. And immediately the first base umpire, he pointed at Cooper and he was calling him out. So they didn't discuss it and then decide they're going to call him out. He pointed at him. Now, he did make a mistake where he pointed at him and said he was out, but he was supposed to call dead ball at that point.
Okay.
If they would have called dead ball, then that would have actually left David at second base. So our lesson, what we did, from this is we learned a lesson from all the kids, and we've instructed them now. When you see that happen, you cannot go barreling into a guy into his back. Doesn't matter even if he's in the baseline, and it's going to be obstruction. If you go in and you do something like that, and it looks at all like malicious contact, you're going to be called out, and more than likely you're going to get tossed, and you're going to have to sit a game. Now if you're face up. If you're caught in a rundown and you run into the kid and he's facing you, that's going to be an obstruction call. But that play last night really was not obstruction. It was, when you look back on film, it was malicious. Now, I didn't see it, for where I'm at. And actually a whole lot of people did not see it. But looking back on the video, the first base umpire was right there, and he got the right call. He just should have called dead ball.
But when you read obstruction in the rule book, being at a base and occupying a base when no play is made is going to be made at it is illegal.
Right. If Cooper hadn't hit him.
And I think that's where everyone's curious as to he shouldn't have been in the vicinity of the bag.
He shouldn't have.
And that's what that started the whole process. Mm-hmm. How does that get overlooked in the whole grand scheme of things?
Because of the collision and the way that collision actually happened.
So what a fan sees is now you teach your first baseman to go get in the way of that kid. Because the worst thing you give up is second base now on obstruction. But if he runs into you, he's thrown out or called out, and it's not obstruction, and now they lose a base runner when he should have never been in there, and it would have never created a play. Mm-hmm. And that's from the fans' view, looking in at that and trying to understand how that rule goes away, and it kind of eliminates the obstruction call.
Right. We'll get an obstruction call next time because now we know we can't just run into that kid. We're going to try to look like we're avoiding him. Trying not to make contact. We're going to still touch the base, and if he does make contact with us, now he's going to be obstructing. But the way that happened, going straight into the back, there was a little bit of a hand movement also from Cooper. Not blaming Cooper. Cooper didn't know. None of our kids knew, and every one of them would have probably done the same thing. But now they know what the rule is and the lesson learned, and I don't think we'll get that call again.
And if he hadn't thrown his hands up, does Cooper get hurt?
Right.
You can't question that now, and you hate it for a kid that's running hard. And at that point, the speed at which Cooper runs with and what he's looking at out in the field and having to make a last-second decision just went crazy there. He never stopped the play. Then it continued on, and then the confusion for 10 or 15 minutes and all the questioning. And so,
well, then the other, the bad thing on the umpire, like I said, was he didn't make a dead ball call. And Coach Payne from Dripping Springs, he walks over to me, and you were talking about it on the line, and he looks at me and he says, well, what about the runner? Is the runner supposed to come back? And I said, Coach, you can probably go out there and talk to him, and they'll probably put him back. Not telling you should, but if you go out and talk to him, that's probably what they're going to do. So sure enough, he goes out and asked them, and then they discussed it, and that was actually the right rule. But he didn't make a dead ball call. So he actually screwed that part up. The first base umpire did. He should have called dead ball, and that's the reason why he's going back. He said he did. You can clearly see it on the video. He did
never
not.
Went. Yeah.
No. He just pointed at Cooper that he was out, which was the right call there, in that sense.
So an interesting situation that unfolds. We learned from it, and which is so fun to you get in that situation, and there's no explanation up to the fans, which you understand that's not going to happen. And I need to start asking the home plate umpire after something kind of like the NBA officials. Go over to the crowd mic and just give us a play-by-play into the feed. But yeah, like you said, we left many runners on base in scoring position where we could have capitalized. And but all in all, you could take that against a good team like that and go, we went 8 innings, controlled that game, played well, came back and scrapped into the 7th inning, got a big base hit to tie it up, and then
we outplayed them.
Absolutely,
totally did. We were more competitive than they were. I think they thought they were just going to roll out there and beat us, and our kids showed up and were ready to play them hard, and we did, and we really deserved the win.
What do we look for out of a Cedar Ridge team that comes in tomorrow night to Eagle Field?
I don't know if you're going to have that quality of an opponent, but we've seen them before. We saw them in San Antonio. They were a little bit better that day than what I expected. So maybe if they come out and give us that same effort against us tomorrow night, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a real good game.
It's tomorrow night, Eagle Field, 7 o'clock. Georgetown will take on the Cedar Ridge Raiders, and then Saturday's schedule, is there 2 games at Lake Travis, and varsity will play right after?
Right. JV's going to play at 11, and we'll play after them. We'll probably have about an hour to get prepared. I've told friends that I have that could show up, not to be there at 1. It's probably going to be more like 2 o'clock when we start.
So look for that on Saturday over at Lake Travis. Get there at 11 o'clock. JV will take on the Lake Travis Cavaliers. After that game, we'll reset and then bring you Georgetown varsity against the Lake Travis Cavaliers on Saturday. And then there'll be the break. And then next week, back to district play. How big was that last night at district play? Eastview drops it a game to Elgin at home. So they drop a game. So now we stay even in the loss column with with Eastview and with Elgin now at 3 losses. Hendrickson playing well. They win another one. Mm-hmm. The district standings kind of a mosh pit right now they're at the 3 and 4 slot.
Yes, it is. One thing we talked to the boys about today, Vieira mentioned to them, don't try to predict the future for them. All they got to do is think about tomorrow night, think about Cedar Ridge. As coaches, we're the ones that should be looking at the future and trying to figure out, what's going to happen. I think the game tomorrow night between Elgin and Eastview is going to decide everything. I think if Eastview loses, that could knock them out, actually knock them out.
Wow.
If Elgin loses, that's probably going to knock them out. So they're both in a do-or-die situation. Elgin knows it. I don't know if Eastview knows it, that they might be, in that position tomorrow night. But going into the week, I was kind of hoping for a split between Elgin and Eastview because that would have helped us, benefited us the most. Need Elgin if Elgin loses, again, look at the future. Us coaches can do this. If Elgin were to not get in and the other 4 get in, then we're going to be Division II. And Eastview and Hendrickson would be Division I. That's if we had a preference, we'd probably prefer Division II. If Elgin wins and then Eastview doesn't make it, now we're going to end up being Division I. So in a sense, we were kind of rooting for Eastview to lose 1 so that we can wind up at the top of the district. But we were also hoping for Eastview to win. That way Elgin doesn't get in, and we can be Division II. So it's all good and bad, last night.
And it's crazy how that all kind of plays in now with the Division I and Division II splits.
Yeah.
It all based on the attendance records reported and now it's decided by the 4 teams.
Right. And here's an example, like when you're looking at Lake Creek's district, which we do since we played them the last 2 years in playoffs. When you look at their district and you look at their population, you see Brenham and Montgomery, and they're at the bottom in the population. And then you see the 3rd team lowest is Lake Creek. So you're looking at it at the beginning of the year and you're thinking, well, Lake Creek's probably going to get in, and Brenham and Montgomery probably won't, both of them. So Lake Creek's probably going to be Division II. is what you're thinking. And now you look at their standings, and Brendan Montgomery are second and third. So now that pushes Lake Creek into Division I. I mean, anything could happen when they start playing with these numbers, Division I, Division II. So you almost have to wait till the end and then see where it all falls. That's probably what's going to happen with us. We can't even make a determination right now who to go watch, to even scout. Have an idea, a guess would be that we're going to play Bastrop first round. That would be my guess. Division II, we're going to play Bastrop. But is it going to happen? I don't know. It's maybe about a 25% chance.
So much can happen the next three games in district for a lot of those teams. But Georgetown sits a tough loss on Tuesday night. Tomorrow night, it's Cedar Ridge. Come join us at Eagle Field. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch. We'll have the call live on the SHN Sports Network. But come fill up the stands and support this Eagle baseball team. Then you'll get the Good Friday off, and then Saturday on the road over to Lake Travis to take on the Cavaliers. Thank you to Coach Chad Payne for coming in and filling in tonight. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we go to the freshman player of the week. It'll be Ty Glasscock, number 2, joining us live here at Camp Briteside on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back here live, Camp Briteside. We go to their freshman of the week. It's number 2, Ty Glasscock. Joins us now. Ty, thanks for being here.
Yes, sir.
The freshman player this week we talked to, and I tell you what, he's playing well. 56 plate appearances, 43 at bats, a .326 batting average with 14 hits, 9 RBIs, 16 runs scored. How much fun are you having in your freshman year? You guys come into high school, and all of a sudden, when tryouts get here, you guys get in the up here. Do you play any other sports besides baseball?
Yes, sir, football.
Okay, so now for baseball for you was get through football and then pick up the bat and the glove and start the preparations, and then it goes to tryouts. How different was that, and how exciting was it going through that tryout process? How much did you like it, and how much fun did you have knowing when your name got called there to be on the freshman team?
I mean, it was a lot of fun, just a little nerve-wracking at the tryouts, of course, but once I figured out I got the call, I was happy and ready to work.
As you are going through this freshman season, how much are you learning at the high school level, and how different is it from any other baseball you played so far?
A lot different. I mean, it's just fun to get after it with the boys and just have fun out there. It's a little different because we have rules that we have to follow and just represent the G on our shirt.
How much fun is it, and what kind of honor is it to, in your freshman year, to make that team and to get to put on that jersey and start this run through high school with the hopes of playing each year and wearing that G? How much fun are you having doing that this year?
A lot of fun. I mean, parents went to school here, so it's fun to just be playing.
The tradition continues with you. So you've born and raised here?
Yes, sir.
In Georgetown. Do you play ball outside of school? Do you play travel ball or anything?
Yes, sir.
Who do you play for?
Lone Star.
Lone Star Baseball. What position are you playing football?
Quarterback.
That's where I heard that name this year. It finally clicked. I was like, man, I've heard this name. It was at the quarterback help. And now at baseball, where do we find you on the field?
Second base and pitching sometimes.
What's your favorite position?
Second base.
Second base?
Yes, sir.
As you guys compete, as this freshman class comes together through this season in your first year at the high school level, how much competition is out there during practice and to compete, to get time on the field, but yet how much fun are you guys having coming together as a group to be that core that will move up and move on through your 4 years at high school?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, we just get after it at practice, and competing is a lot of fun because the class above us is really good, solid class, and it's just making us better as a team.
So outside of football and baseball, if you're not doing any of that and you get a chance to just relax and recharge the batteries, what do you do for fun, and what do you do to kind of recharge yourself?
I go hunting, fishing, and play video games sometimes.
Why does that not surprise me? Hunting and fishing. What's your favorite outdoor activity?
Hunting.
Hunting? What's
Yes,
your
sir.
favorite season?
Deer season.
That's a good one. And plus it feeds you the rest of the year.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good there. In your freshman year, what class are you taking or have taken in the freshman year you're enjoying the most?
Math.
Who's your teacher?
Coach Duro.
Yeah, hey, he's got many votes. Coach Durrell must be a good teacher. We're going to have to go sit in on a class and watch it. As you go and come into your freshman year and play football, now play baseball, have you looked at and thought about the next 3 years at high school and set goals for yourself, and what do those look like? Continue to play 2 sports and try to excel in both? What does that look like for Ty?
I mean, I'm going to continue to play 2 sports until either they make me choose or whatever, and I'm just going to try to excel in both of them and get better at both of them.
Which is kind of funny because you look at and we've talked to Luke Holly several times, different players, different sports that compete at different sports all year, and it seems to happen so much at Georgetown. It's like it's encouraged with Caleb McDougal playing quarterback and then playing catcher in baseball. And you talk about Luke Holly. And so many of these kids that play multiple sports. Kate Erickson, who we'll talk to here in a minute, plays football, plays baseball. And it's fun. Does that challenge you, knowing that there's practice but yet to stay on top of schoolwork? And how does that work out? And how do you stay focused in that to make sure the grades are there, knowing the expectation of these coaching staffs to keep your grades up but yet to excel and put all the time in the weight room and on the field?
Yes, sir. I mean, during football season, I'm all football, and I'm just getting after it. And then baseball season come, and I'm doing baseball stuff. And after school, I'll do the homework that I have, or I'll get it done in class and just keep going.
As spring ball starts up, will you get to participate in both or just in baseball?
I'll be in both, yes, sir.
Be in both? What does that schedule look like, and how crazy does that make a week for you right now?
Pretty crazy. I mean, in the morning, 2 out of the 5 days or 3 out of the 5 days, I'll go to football to get the spring football in. And then 2 out of the 5, I go to baseball and just get baseball work in.
What a busy freshman year. I tell you what, football and then baseball. All right, the rapid question time. 5 questions. A couple of seconds at the max to think about it and answer.
Yes, sir.
I've got to come up with a different one because I just saw what one of them is. All right, here we go. Mountains or beach?
Beach.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Good answer. What sound does a cow make?
Moo.
I'll take that one. Favorite home-cooked meal?
Mom's shrimp Alfredo.
Ooh. Man, this team dinner for parents needs to come together with this $1 million spaghetti, this shrimp Alfredo. I'm making a menu for all this. Favorite number and why? What did you wear in football?
I wore number 3
Okay.
in football, and then I'm number 2 for baseball. Probably number 2 because, I mean, my uncle wore number 2 in high school, and so, I mean, I was just thinking of numbers, and I just kind of pick his because I just wanted to keep his number alive.
Someone else take 2 in football?
Yes, Colin Green.
Oh, okay. So you have to give up somewhere. But you get 2 at baseball.
Yes, sir.
It's our freshman player of the week. It's Ty Glasscock, number 2. Thank you for joining us tonight. Before I let you go, can't take it off. Got to give you a chance to give out any shout-outs.
Shout out to my parents. Shout out to my grandparents for always being there. Teammates, coaches, and that's really it.
And I had to change the question. Do you wear socks with sandals? And I looked down real quick. So it answered itself, so I had to go to a different one for the backup. It's Ty Glasscock, your freshman player of the week. We'll take a timeout. Come back. It's Kate Erickson joining us as your JV player of the week live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us. Back here live, Camp Briteside. Tell you what, first and foremost, we got a celebrity sighting tonight here. I don't know if anyone saw it. It's Jimmy Warren making his appearance made here at Camp Briteside. Jimmy, Good to see you, Mr. Jimmy War. I tell you what, he's infamous. That guy is infamous. The true infamous. And then I got to give him a special shout-out back in the back over by the wiffle ball field, a buddy of mine celebrating his 40th birthday. It's Brian Jost back in the back, having a birthday back there with a party around the corner. And so a great opportunity, the family out here enjoying an opportunity to celebrate a buddy of ours. There he is, Brian Jost. Happy birthday, buddy. But now we come back. We're here at Camp Briteside. It's the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. And it goes to number 3. We were started at number 2 with the freshman. Now number 3 with the JV. It's a sophomore, Cade Erickson, another two-sport stud here at Georgetown. Cade, thanks for joining us. I finally looked up and saw the Fu Manchu sitting across the way. Your dad's here. So thanks for joining us. I tell you what, just like Ty, many players here at Georgetown playing football, now playing baseball. How much fun are you having in your sophomore year? A big sophomore year at football, got called up to varsity. Saw action there. How much fun are you having?
Yeah, I'm having a blast, just having fun with my boys.
This sophomore team, this JV team, continues to their winning ways. Talk about that game last night, a big battle against Dribbing Springs, a 2-1 win. What happened in that ball game? How much fun was that playing a good team like Dribbing Springs?
Yeah, it was a close game. We ended up on top, and we saw some good arms, and Ben shoved. So
I tell you what, it's kind of fun watching Ben play. And then the other night, Ben moved out to the outfield. I didn't realize it. You're in the outfield. Ben was out there, and then someone else in left field or center field. The arms out there, the arms on this team to get the ball in. It is fun to watch when balls get hit out there. You guys getting this team, get that ball back into the infield, cutting down runners. As you play, you've played at different positions, pitching, infield, outfield. You play on football, the defensive side. On the baseball field, when they tell you, hey, go take a position, what's your favorite position on baseball?
Yeah, I like playing center.
Using the speed. That's why he plays defensive back. How much fun was it in football this season? Get that call up to varsity, moving up as a sophomore. How much fun was that for you?
Oh, that was a ton of fun. Yeah, just getting to play with a bunch of older people.
Now you're into the dual season of spring football and baseball. How does that schedule work, and how do you stay on top of that and all the classwork?
Today was our first day of football, so we got to wear helmets today. It was nice.
If you had to pick one, if they said one sport only, what's your favorite sport?
Baseball.
I can respect that one. As you work through this sophomore year, this JV team continues to perform. You guys had a great freshman year. As this team continues to perform, what's the goals for Cade, for yourself as you move up, looking at your junior and senior years, to have had the success you've been a part of on the baseball field, at football, moving up, and competing at the varsity level? What's the goals that you've set for yourself over the next couple of years?
As a team, we obviously want to go win a state championship in the next few years, so that's our main goal right now.
How does this sophomore class stay focused and stay together in that, though?
We just try to get better every day and work our hardest.
Knowing you have this much talent, what's the competition like during practice to get that playing time and be on the field?
It's a lot of competition every day within each other, and we just like to have fun.
The record now sits at?
20-3, I think.
Is it? I knew your dad would know. I just had to look up and confirm there from the man. 75 plate appearances, 53 at-bats, 377 batting average, 20 hits, 12 RBIs, 27 runs scored, 18 walks, 21 stolen bases. Seems to be quite a bit of speed on this team. You guys like to run and put pressure on. How much fun do you enjoy being on the base pass and creating havoc?
Yeah, running bases is a lot of fun, and we just get to put a lot of pressure on the defense.
Outside of baseball and football, if you had to go recharge, where do we find Cade refueling the batteries?
Probably playing pickleball with the boys, or just doing something chilling.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Okay. Pickleball. Man, that's a good answer. Where do y'all play pickleball?
There's a court's probably a mile down the road.
Very cool. Look at this. The next generation playing pickleball. Do you play your dad in pickleball at all? Don't hurt your dad.
He's actually really good.
Oh. No, I do not want to play. It's golf. That's about it. What's your favorite subject in your sophomore year? Through your freshman and sophomore year, what's your favorite class you're taking this year?
Chemistry.
Chemistry. Who's the teacher on that one?
Dr. Estrada.
Dr. Estrada. Chemistry. Got that from Mom, just so you know. as I look at Dad. He got from Mom. We know, Miss Maddie. 5 rapid-fire questions. Did you cheat and look at them? Okay. I'm going to have to change one because I asked you that question already. Do you wear socks with sandals?
Yes.
Is that like a thing now? Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Favorite junk food?
Probably just some kind of chocolate.
Fair enough. Nickname given by your parents or friends?
Cater.
Cater. Do you have one, Dad, that we can't talk about? No, okay. If the toilet paper roll is really low but not empty, do you replace it or do you leave it for the next person?
I'll replace it.
He is like his mom. I tell you what, that kid is smart. He is smart. Any shout-outs before I let you get out of here?
Shout out Miss Lorena for getting us food every week. And then shout out my teammates and our coaches.
It's number 3 on your JV Player of the Week. It's Cade Erickson. Thanks for joining us here. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. Trying to see who I'm going to go with first. Braden Rogers goes first with the varsity when we come back live here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back live here at Camp Briteside. Hey, remember, I was telling Braden just now, Jeff, the picture from last year, the show where we're laughing and he's pointing, popped into my memories this week as soon as I texted V, hey, send me these 2. It was just funny. It's number 14 on your varsity, a junior. Braden Rogers joins us now live here at the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Hey, we need a little applause for your teammate here. A little help out. There we go. Thank you. Good night, nerds. Braden, a game like last night, and here's just so you see, with varsity, I've stopped putting stats on it. Not talking stats anymore with varsity because it's about experiences at this level for these boys. They're in their final 2 years at the varsity level, juniors and seniors, most of them, outside of a couple players. But it's about experiences. Games like last night, you DH in that role against a Dripping Springs team. How much fun is that? And is it pressure-packed knowing you're playing a good team and on the road like that against Dripping Springs? Or you guys lay back having fun and just enjoying the opportunity to go out and perform?
Just enjoying it. It's a good opportunity to get better. Good competition. I mean, like Texas commit upper 90s. I mean, it's pretty good. So it was fun. It was fun to compete.
You guys go through a game like that, comes out short on the scoreboard after 8 innings. A big game, back and forth it goes. You guys really outplaying Dripping Springs most of that night. How do you guys as a team, away from the coaches, but as a unit and as a team, keep yourselves positive through a tough loss, but yet knowing that the competition was there and that you guys rose to the occasion?
It's definitely a learning game. Like, we definitely could have won that game in certain situations. We just got to get better at those and work on it. And yeah.
Everyone looks across. You open up the page. You see Eastview lost. How exciting is that for Georgetown players?
I mean, it was great. It was funny watching the live feed. It was pretty funny. Yeah.
As you guys battle this week, tough four games, 6A teams playing against with Round Rock, a win there on Saturday, then a tough loss last night to Dripping Springs. Cedar Ridge tomorrow, a chance to avenge an earlier loss in the season down in that tournament in San Antonio, and then on the road against Lake Travis. How much are you guys looking forward to that competition to continue to push yourself to prepare for the playoffs?
It's going to be fun. They're both really good 6A teams, right? Cedar Ridge is 6A.
Yep.
Really good 6A teams. Should be pretty fun competition. We'll give them our best. So,
as the things have been going through this season for this team, and then a shakeup like Saturday with the lineup changing and different players moving in the lineup, what's the competition like? What is the practices for you guys? to continue to compete and knowing that the coaches are looking to try to settle in and find that magic and you know, like Coach Payne said, you wish you had that magic 8 ball that would just tell you put it in this order and make it all go and it will work.
Yeah.
What's that competition like, knowing that this late in the season we're still fighting, you guys are still fighting for opportunities to get in that lineup? What's that competition like, and how do you guys how's that competing against each other but yet continuing to encourage each other?
It's definitely very, very competitive, but no matter what, you know, you're going to do your role. You're going to be a teammate, so still come work hard every day.
After the injury last year to the shoulder, back now full-time playing baseball. Football is gone. Now focused on baseball. Now that you're into that decision, now that you're through that and the commitment is to baseball, how much fun are you having with that, and how much are you working now to continue to focus strictly on that and put all the work into baseball?
It's definitely a lot easier to work, but I do miss football. It was really fun, but it's a lot easier now because now I don't got to worry about football practice and then going to baseball practice right after. Now it's just straight baseball. Don't got to do any football stuff.
The junior season now on varsity, the first year on varsity, off of a run last year on the JV team, a good JV team. How much fun are you having in your first year on varsity, and how much are you learning, getting ready, knowing that in your senior season you become one of those leaders?
It's really fun. JV was fun, but like varsity is a lot more like competitive. You have a lot more on the line, and it's just a lot more fun.
The step up in competition level, is it that drastically different, or are you guys so prepared for it that it's just the next transition? Or is it some teams you see, like last night, you were talking about that Cooper Rumble in that UT commit to face talent like that. Is it drastically different, or you feel like you're well prepared for that coming into this year?
I would say I'm pretty well prepared because summer ball also gets you prepared. You see a lot of good pitching wherever you go, so I would say very, very well prepared.
Who do you play summer ball with?
GPS.
GPS. Where does Dad's money go to? Summer ball at GPS. That's where I know you parents are doing it because I've done it for years. As you go through your junior year, what's your favorite class you've taken or are taking?
Probably culinary. It's pretty fun. I like cooking. Me and Cooper in that class, so
they can help out
fun.
with the parent dinner that I'm still working on the menu. No, he's not good.
No, that's all him.
Mac and cheese, ramen noodles, he'll kill it. That's his best right there. What's your favorite meal to cook then? If you like to cook, what's your favorite thing to cook? Not a meal, just an item.
Probably eggs. I love me some good eggs.
What's your favorite way to cook them?
Scrambled.
Cheese? No cheese.
Yeah, cheese.
That's
a lot
good.
of cheese.
That's a good answer. Outside of baseball, when you get a chance to recharge, refuel, get away from the everyday grind, where do we find you? What are you doing?
Probably just hanging out with friends, hanging out with my girlfriend. Yeah.
Let the truth be known. We knew that. I was just glad he said it. We knew it was there. I'd already talked to your dad about that answer. As you go through this junior year, as the year comes to an end, at the end of school here around the corner, you look forward to that senior year. What's the goals in your senior year through the rest of your time at Georgetown? What's the future goals and aspirations for Brayton Rogers?
Definitely gonna try to win a state championship. Be a good leader. Be a role model for the younger kids, and yeah.
He gets it from his mom. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry, he gets it from his mom. 5 rapid-fire questions. This isn't on yours, but do you wear socks and sandals?
I have.
It's just wrong.
Yeah.
Your dad doesn't.
Yeah, he's weird.
All right, here we go. No one disagreed with that answer, that Jeff Rogers is a little weird. All right, 5 rapid questions. Favorite cereal?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I actually had that this morning.
We can end that.
Great.
My son went to look for granola the other night, came home with Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Done. We won. That was it. I don't think it's still in the house. Favorite movie?
Probably one of the Batmans.
Val Kilmer?
Who's that?
He died. He was one of the Batmans. I don't know. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Mountains or the beach?
The beach.
Favorite musician or music?
Can I do like 2 different genres?
Absolutely.
Probably like Boss Mandilo for rap, and then like Ty Myers or Hudson Westbrook.
Ty Myers, one of my favorites. Love up-and-coming country. He's just a different. Something about him I like. It's Ty Myers. And what was the other one? D-Lo bass truck? What? What'd you call it?
Boss Man D-Lo.
Same thing. It's weird. Is that in your dad's truck right now? You even know what that is, Jeff? I have no idea. That's beautiful. Shout-outs before I let you get out of here.
Shout out my friends, my family. Shout out Braden Curtin and my teammates and Cooper and Clayton and Jack. That's it.
That's it. It's number 14. He's a junior, Braden Rogers.
And Andrew.
And Andrew. Don't forget Andrew on the way out. It's Braden Rogers. We'll take a quick time out. We come back. It's one of my favorites. I love this guy. Weston Lane joins us live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us. We'll go back here live. Once I pull up the camera, we'll figure it out. Hey, Ty, come here real quick. I got a fan question that I got to ask you. So, Georgetown is named after George Washington Glasscock. Any relation? No? Okay, someone texted me on it. I had to ask. All right, sorry to bother your beanbag tossing game over there. All right, so he is not related, no family relation. Huh? So the fans, I got to answer the crowd's questions, and I got one texted in tonight. So I'm glad it was Ty of all people. But now we go to senior number 3, Weston Lane. I tell you what. Thank you. Good night, nurse. There we go. There we go. A little step up on the whistle. I appreciate it. Weston, thanks for joining us. I tell you what, you guys, in all of the years of doing broadcasting and covering Eagle sports, you just find some of these kids that are just fun to talk to. They're raised well. They have manners. They are just good young men, and this is one of my favorites. I enjoy chatting with Weston. I enjoy saying he always says hi when I walk around. But I've just enjoyed over the last few years seeing him around the clubhouse, and so I'm glad you're here, Coach. When Coach set it out, hey, who do you want? We worked through our seniors, and we had to get Braden Rogers in there so Jeff won't get mad at us. But so we got Braden knocked out, but we get Weston in here, one of the seniors. A senior year, you wear number 3 on this team.
Yes, sir.
How much fun is a senior year? The year's winding down. The career at Georgetown, your time in high school seems to be the sand runneth out of the capsule as Mom sits over here thinking about the end of high school. How much fun are you having in your senior year and enjoying your time?
It's a whole lot of fun. We got at least 5 games guaranteed left. 3. 3. We got 1 tomorrow, and then 2 in district, and then we're expecting to be in playoffs, right? But this year so far, and I know these next 5 games are going to be amazing. It's been a whole lot of fun being with this team. I grew up with these kids. I couldn't ask for more. It's great.
Have you grown up in Georgetown your entire life?
Yes, sir.
Through it all in Georgetown. One of the
Through it all.
The homegrown that stays around. So then what's to go from the beginning to the end in school in Georgetown and to be able to wear that G logo and to graduate with the Georgetown diploma? What's the future like? What's the expectations? What are you looking forward to doing once you graduate?
So I'm going to the University of Texas A&M Rellis campus.
Hey, whoa, calm down. We will have none of that revelry around here. No revelry. I didn't know you raised an Aggie.
She went to UT.
Oh, so it's your dad's fault?
Yeah.
So you're going to go to A&M at the Revis campus. What's the topic of study for you?
So initially I'm going to go in for general studies, but I'm planning on transferring to ag business.
Okay.
Within a year or two. Or Mays Business School would be nice too, but I really think I'd rather be in ag business.
How long have you been an Aggie, and why?
Okay, so I've probably been to I've probably been to more UT events
Thank you, Mom.
than A&M events, but ever since I was little, it was just like College Station, and the Colt has been a lot more appealing.
See why I like him? He's at least honest about the Colt. Thank you.
It is a Colt, yeah, 100%.
And please do not say that College Station is pretty. That is not a pretty town. It is not a pretty town. Old military buildings and flatlands with some weird people yelling "whoop" everywhere you go.
The campus, the lawns on the campus are very well maintained.
I will give you
nice.
that. I will give you that. Don't walk on the grass.
Yeah.
Do not walk on the grass. They don't like that there. As you've gone through Georgetown, what's been your favorite subject that you've studied, and what's helped prepare you for college?
Favorite subject?
In your senior year.
Oh, just in my senior year? Probably astronomy.
Ooh.
Astronomy with Mr. Anderson.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah.
That is pretty interesting.
It is. It's like right now we're learning about black holes. I didn't know anything about black holes, but now I do. It's pretty cool. Learn about space.
What's your last semester look like in the classroom? How many classes you taken, and how many relaxing classes do you have?
Honestly, I had a teacher tell me this just a couple days ago. She said, "We're actually going to put more work on you guys so you don't start giving up." And I was like, "What? Why would you do that?"
This is our time to start the cruise mode.
I know. So it's not really chill at all. English, history, astronomy, math, we're all doing stuff. It's full.
Graduation. When is graduation for Georgetown? Do you even know?
It's like this. It's like 24th.
I was going to say, I know Mom knows.
It's like a Saturday, I think.
She's already ordered the invitations and everything. It's coming up quick. It's crazy.
Yes, it is.
How fast this year's gone. Through your time at Georgetown High School, in all your years at Georgetown, but down to Georgetown High School, what's going to be your favorite memory that you take away, your favorite time at Georgetown?
Definitely tournaments on the baseball team. Just being around the boys and, like, it's because it's kind of like you're away from your parents, and it's like you're on a boys trip almost. Going to dinners, like this year we went to Cheddar's in San Antonio, and we sat as a team and laughed and joked, and that was pretty good. Jack and BK and Andrew, that was pretty much the table right there. It was a whole lot of fun. That's definitely my favorite so far.
Such a good kid. I just love talking to him. Such a good kid. All right, you ready?
Okay. Oh,
I have rapid fire questions. We'll start with your nickname, your parents'
Westy Bestie.
Westy Bestie. I like that one. That's a good one.
Yep.
Favorite cereal?
Granola with chocolate chips in it. It's like chocolate like it's like little
chocolate
squares.
granolas. Yes. I love
Money.
it. That's good stuff.
Very good.
Texting or talking?
FaceTime.
Oh, okay. All right. Favorite season of the year? Winter, fall, spring, or summer?
Summer. Dogs
or cats?
Dogs. I don't like cats.
Man, something about this kid is just amazing. He doesn't like cats. If you're not on the field, if you're not in the classroom, where are you relaxing? What do you do to have fun, to recharge?
Honestly, I'm with my girlfriend.
There we go.
I'm with my girlfriend.
Where's the girlfriend going to school?
She's not. She's a junior.
Okay.
She's not a senior. But I think she's probably planning on following me wherever I go.
So Weston will be around next season. Come up, chat with me in the booth. I know you'll be back around town because the girlfriend will be back in Georgetown. So that's cool. I like to have him come back and chat with me. Any shout-outs before I let you get out of here?
Shout out my boys at that table, Jack, BK, Andrew. They're messing around right now. But those are my boys right there, and Clayton. Love them.
It's number 3 on your Georgetown varsity. It's Weston Lane here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back, we'll wrap it up as Coach Payne took the early exit. But we will see if we can get Jeff Rogers up in here to wrap it up. You're live here at Camp Briteside. We'll be right back.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back live here at Camp Briteside as we wrap up the Eagle Nation Coaches Show here on a Wednesday night because of Eagle baseball tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Camp Briteside. It'll be over on the wiffle ball field, no home runs. It'll be at Eagle Field tomorrow night. I tell you what, a shout out to the 16 Mile Angels. Casino night was awesome on Saturday night. Thank you so much. Had a great time out there at camp at Berry Creek for casino night.
You'll
and
get it right one of these days.
I will. It's a tongue twister. Too much baseball too quick this week. I'm going to have to try to catch up. But now joined by Jeff Rogers. We let Coach Payne cut out because I know he loves this so much. He was ready to go. And so we come back. But I tell you what, Jeff, it's been another fun year of baseball. The Booster Club continues to do great things. 16 Mile Angels doing great things to raise money to support everything Georgetown Eagle baseball. Looking at it from the board's perspective, how have things gone and what's the direction of the Booster Club? And I know as the season ends, it's time to look towards new leadership as well and board opportunities for outgoing senior parents and involved. So update us on the Booster Club.
No, it's been great. But first off, we couldn't do it with all the businesses that support us, especially the guys at Camp Briteside. They do everything for football, for basketball, for all the sports, for baseball. We couldn't do it without them. And every one of their businesses support us. Mesquite Creek, Golden Rule.
The Gold Diner.
Gold Diner, all of those places. And that's just a drop in the bucket of all the businesses around here. King's Pest Control, AO Services, Veritas. There's so many that I could name here in Georgetown. It would take too long. That they support our kids more than anybody else, and we couldn't do what we do without them. And that's an attribute that a lot of communities don't have. We ask for something, and everybody in our community is ready to jump in and help. And so that's been a blessing to us as a booster club, as our program. And then our board members are phenomenal. We are going to – I've tried to talk Rick Lane into staying. I was like, I know Wes is retiring, but, it'd be great if you stayed on for one more year. And then Ellie's got a senior. She's going to be leaving us, which we're going to miss her. But the majority of us are going to be back, I think. Nobody's told me they're quitting. So we'll see what happens with that. But we're just very blessed with people that want to be involved in our program, and they're here for our kids. Amanda Glasscock has done a great job with our taking over concession stands. She's a longtime Georgetown girl. And so that's what I love about this community is you've got guys that Landon King graduated from from Georgetown High School, and he's back here, has a business here, supports everything that's Georgetown. It's really cool to see all that and all these people that really want to pour into our kids and support our kids. And you know, our biggest thing has been, since I took over as Booster Club president, we don't want to say no. If we need something, if the kids need something, we don't want to say no. And so that's our biggest thing, and that's all we want to keep rolling is we don't want to say no. If we need this, yes, let's do it. Let's do it for the kids because that's what we're here for.
And that's why these events are so important, like Casino Night the other night, opportunities to get involved, to give back, and to also prepare to provide and do for these kids and student athletes as they give their effort in return and put on shows each and every week at different games. It's just fun to watch and to see the effort put on by these kids as they work not only in the classroom where we don't see it, but on the field and all the time that they commit to it in their practices and games. And so it's fun. As we travel and bring the games live on the SHN Sports YouTube channel, people asking us, man, what's the setup? How do y'all do it? It's because we have sponsorships. It's because we have booster clubs and we have businesses that want to be a part of it and bring you the action so people can enjoy it wherever they are for free. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to offer and to throw out there, and we have so much fun doing it. And so with that, I had a chance to email with Mr. Tillman's dad, Mr. Brown, the other day. Coach Vieira has requested the games get locked while the season is going. If you wish to have games emailed to you that you can watch after I lock them, give me your email address, because once I lock it, I can send one email that will send you a link for a private viewing that you can go through that to still watch the game and do able to burn videos off of it and everything. But outside of that link, you can't access it until the end of the season when I will open all the games back up for public viewing. But it's at a request of Coach Vieira. They are all locked down, and so last night's game will be locked down tonight. Tomorrow night's game will be locked down Friday, and so if you want that, I have Mr. Brown's email. I got him the two he had requested. But from now on, if you want those, just please come up. You can give me your phone number, text me your name, and an email address, and I will send one mass email. Because once I lock it and send the email, it locks it where I can't resend another email without erasing everybody else's. And so we do it one time, and I'll send it to how many ever want that. And so if you want it, just so you know, that's why they're becoming locked at the request of the coaching staff. Until the end of the season, then they'll all be unlocked for you to view and to mess with, but and to go and share. And so just so in case anyone wants that, we want to make sure it's available to you guys. But I tell you what, the fun continues tomorrow night. This Booster Club continues to do more and more for this program, all the facilities and the equipment and everything that this team has. How much fun is it from the Booster Club side to see these kids excel and to have as much fun knowing that this community and this group surrounds them?
Well, from us, we love to see that our kids are successful and that they, for me personally, listening to parents come and play at our place for the first time or the seventh time, or like Round Rock on Saturday. We have good friends that we grew up playing with that they come and they're like, man, this is such a nice facility. Y'all do such a good job. And Red, White, and Greenery did a great job of kind of redoing our little area by the walk-up on the home side.
Beautiful.
Little things like that make a ballpark so special. And it's so fun for us to be able to hear people say, man, we love playing at Georgetown. We love coming here. It's so nice. It's so, there's so many things that people say about it. And really it comes down to our parents and the businesses that donate time and money to make it the way it is, because we couldn't do that with all them. It's not one person, it's everybody. And I always tell people there's a lot of communities that 10% of the people do 90% of the work, and with us it's 90% of the people do all the work. It's a flip situation. So we're very fortunate in that aspect. And I'm gonna shout out real fast because I know they're getting ready to meet. All the ladies that did the 16 Mile Angels are getting ready to meet and do a wrap-up meeting right over there. I'd love for y'all to give them a round of applause because they do a great job. They do a lot of stuff that we don't see. They put on, they don't have to do that. They don't have to do stuff for our kids, but, they've done stuff as they replaced all the lights in the scoreboard this year, which is much better. If you've been there, it's so much better to see.
Amazing.
A couple years ago, they bought the rings when we won the state championship. So it's a great organization. I also want to shout out one other thing. Sorry, I'm getting off topic.
Yeah,
but
go for it.
Case in Buffalo and Mike, who graciously deal with us every week. They're awesome. They take care of the food for our boys, which they love it. The boys have loved the food. We couldn't do it out here, and I've had multiple parents tell me how much they love coming out here and having the show out here. So we appreciate you guys and everything that you do.
Camp Briteside is they are wonderful to us, to the staff in the kitchen. We don't see a lot. They
Chef,
make it all happen.
Chef.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We got an appearance there finally, but the food that they present every week, and you can come any time of the week, and they have the best food here at Camp Briteside. And, man, you can hit them all. Like you said, you talk about River and Ranch Provisions, Camp Golden Rule, the Gold Burger, the diner, everything. They are so giving and so participative in supporting these boys. And there is one video that will get posted. There was some of the most amazing backup dancers for Elvis on Saturday night. As I looked up and saw Miss Knuckles there.
And Miss Brown.
And Miss Brown. I tell you what, there was some amazing backup dancing going on at casino night. I think Elvis was even nervous how good it was behind him. So those videos will start posting their way onto social media for everyone to enjoy, to see what they missed on Saturday night. But thanks for being here tonight. I tell you what, for Ty Glasscock, the freshman of the week, the Cade Erickson, to Braden Rogers. It's one of those obligatory. We had to talk to him because of you, but and then true. Weston Lane. Thanks for joining us tonight. To the families, to the friends that came out and enjoyed the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Thanks for being here. We enjoy it. Next week, it'll be back on Thursday night. We will bring it to you. 6:45, Coach V will be back as we go back to regular schedule next week. But tomorrow night, wear black, come out, pack the stands, and support your Eagles as they take on the Cedar Ridge Raiders at 7 o'clock at Eagle Field. And then Saturday, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock for the JV game. That should be a good one as well at 11 o'clock at Lake Travis, and the varsity will follow shortly thereafter on the road Saturday, and then back home on Tuesday night to take on Pflugerville back in district play. Thanks for joining me, Jeff. Finally, we got you up here to kind of give us that. If people want to get involved and get going with the Booster Club, looking to get into leadership spots to help to get that involvement up, where do they go and how do they go about that?
So the easiest way is to talk to me or Derek Brown, our vice president. We will have a couple open spots next year, so please reach out. You know, we love all the help that we can get. It takes a village to do what we do. It's not one or two people. It is all of us that do that. You know, there's a lot of stuff that people don't see as far as, you know, making sure that the boys have what they need as far as travel goes, food, all those things. There's a lot that goes into it. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's a lot of work, but the reward is really great with the kids because, again, we don't have to say no ever. At least in my tenure, we haven't had to say no. If they say, hey, we need this, if we have the funds to do it, we say yes. And if we don't have the funds to do it, we call one of these community members, one of these businesses, and they'll say, absolutely, what do you need? And that's the best part about Georgetown baseball is the community that we have and everybody that wants to jump in and help wherever we need it. But feel free to reach out to me or Derek, and we'll point you in the right direction because we'd love to have you.
Georgetown Eagle Baseball, if you Google that, the beautiful website for the Booster Club. You can also go to the Facebook page for the 16 Mile Angels. We'll make sure we throw that out there. If you want to get involved with the moms there in the 16 Mile Angels, go to their Facebook page. You can find information about about them and reach out to them to get involved to continue to grow that because every aspect that we could grow around the baseball program continues to make it one of the elite programs in the state and the best facilities for these kids to enjoy.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
I want to say one more thing.
Uh-oh.
People don't say it enough. We really want to thank Wally and all they do for us. Wally travels. He is so knowledgeable about the game and our kids. He cares about Georgetown baseball. He's not a Georgetown guy. Kids didn't go to Georgetown High School, nope. But he is all about the G and all about Georgetown baseball and Georgetown sports. And we thank you, Wally, for everything you do. And we love that you do all this and broadcast our games. And we can't thank you enough for all you do.
I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Me and my wife enjoy it during, especially the baseball season. It's our favorite sport, and so we look forward each and every year to come out to baseball and then the productions we can put on for football and basketball and volleyball and everything else. And so thanks for letting us be a part of it. We enjoy it. My kids don't understand. Well, I don't keep Gateway or Hutto gear after that's where they went to school, and I told them traded that in when they got out of my house. So it's all about G and the blue in our house now. So it's all you find in my closet or in my clean laundry pile is the Georgetown gear. So we enjoy being a part of it, and we enjoy bringing you things like tonight, the Eagle Nation Baseball Coaches Show. for Coach Chad Payne for being here tonight, to the players that joined us. Come out tomorrow night, Eagle Field. Come enjoy Eagle baseball at Eagle Field. 7 o'clock start. If you can't, live on the SHN Sports YouTube page. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock. First pitch. We'll bring you all the action tomorrow night against Cedar Ridge. Raise them up if you have them. Enjoy your night. And remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. I was trying to tell Landon I needed another. Have a good night, everybody.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside.